Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your 8 p.m. news and weather. Let's get started. Autopsy planned for man shot by police in Claremont. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Your families first. As the nation's first credit union, our values haven't changed, but the times have. From mortgages and auto loans to mobile banking solutions, we deliver all the services and technologies you need for the way you live today. We work for the individuals, families, and businesses that make up our membership, not some distant stockholders. We always have and we always will. Bank with the nation's first credit union, St. Mary's Bank.
Few details are being made public about what led up to a police officer-involved shooting in Claremont this past weekend. Authorities say there was a 911 call to a residence on Congress Street where police encountered Cody LaFont. The 25-year-old was shot and killed by police. There were no other injuries. The Attorney General's office is leading the investigation.
The interviews of various witnesses is ongoing, along with review of physical evidence and any forensic evidence. So that's an ongoing process. It started early Sunday morning and continues now. An autopsy is being conducted on Mr. LaFont, the young man who was killed.
Assistant Attorney General Peter Hinckley expects the result of that autopsy to be released either later today or tomorrow. Court records show LaFont had a relatively minor criminal history that included guilty pleas to charges of criminal trespass and resisting arrest. Court documents also say he had an outstanding charge of misuse of the 911 system for allegedly calling police several times and at one point asking them for a ride to McDonald's. Officials say they don't know how long this shooting investigation will take.
This case is no different than any other case in which the Attorney General's office is involved. The investigation starts early on and continues quite some time. It's not that we get all the information in a couple of hours. Sometimes it takes days and weeks to gather all the relevant and useful information. In this case, really is no different.
The Attorney General's office will release a final report on the shooting. Officials say that could come as soon as about a month, or it could take much longer. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Drought causes problems for boaters in Lake Winnipesaukee. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the 1795 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Or it's free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Last winter's lack of snow and this summer's lack of rain means water levels on Lake Winnipesaukee are nearly 2 feet below what is considered a full lake.
This is bad for the 1st of October almost.
We usually don't see it this low until maybe the end of November or December at some point.
But never this early. This is just unheard of.
For more than 30 years, Jim Barash has been the captain of the MS Mount Washington.
I'm going to say probably the last time I've seen it this low was probably right around 2000, 2001 in there, that range. It is unusually low for this time of year. Can't argue with that.
Those low water levels are causing issues for boaters who are hitting their props on rocks that in normal conditions wouldn't be a problem. Marash says because of the lower water, a buoy was placed on a rock through the Eagle Island Narrows.
By marking it, we can see it, we know where it is, and we can avoid it.
The boating season starts to wrap up. Many people are looking to put their boats into winter storage. Some are having a hard time.
We had one customer call us from up in Moultonboro. He keeps a boat in his boathouse, and it's up on a boat lift. And he can't get the boat off the boat lift because it won't go down low enough, obviously.
Thanksgiving is usually the time Faye's Boatyard brings in the last boat for the winter season.
It's going to be harder because we're dragging boats through the mud to get them, to where they got to go, and it's just twice as much work right now. And I'm afraid it's just going to get worse and worse.
Now, the Department of Environmental Services says there may be some relief for the lake. We may see some of those levels rise around the Columbus Day weekend when they curb the flow at the Lakeport Dam for annual maintenance. Live in Guilford, Suzanne Rowntree, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. To fact check or not, campaigns disagree on the role of debate moderator. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
It's very refreshing. My question for the group is, does anybody think that a format like tonight is the correct format for Hillary Clinton to address a deficit in authenticity? 90 minutes in a debate format. Can she make a dent? Standing behind a lectern. Can she make a dent?
I'm so over the way that we continue.
Before the big showdown between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, there's another ongoing discussion whether moderators should fact-check candidates during the debate. The diverging views came after Fox News' Chris Wallace, who is moderating the third and final presidential debate, said it is not his job to judge the accuracy of the candidates' statements in real time. Polls show race resisting to its natural equilibrium, Clinton spokesperson says. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton may now be in dead heat in the polls, but a neck-and-neck presidential race is actually normal. Clinton's National Press Secretary Brian Fallon told CNBC on Monday. Wells Fargo workers' fake accounts begun years ago. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
Relentless pressure, unrealistic sales targets, a culture built on selling as many products to customers as possible. Former Wells Fargo employees say that is what they faced on the job. Now the bank struggling to rebuild trust in an industry already fighting a greedy banker reputation. 2 million fake accounts secretly created. 5,300 employees fired. Wells Fargo fined $185 million. Now the bank is taking the strongest steps yet to address this scandal. It is dropping those sales goals that fuel the bad behavior, abandoning the very business model that boosted pay based on the number of products sold. The company says it has strengthened training programs, controls, and oversight. Still, customers are outraged and lawmakers are demanding answers. No execs have been held accountable or given up their bonuses. In fact, it's the opposite. The Wells Fargo executive who led the fake accounts unit is leaving with a fat payday. She was already set to retire at the end of the year. She'll walk away with $124 million in shares, options, and restricted stock. $124 million. If Wells Fargo wants to heal its bruised reputation, headlines like that will not help.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Now let's take a look at your weather for this evening. There's a live look on radar right now. As you see on radar, we have some clouds and rain showers getting ready to move into New Hampshire, and will clear up by 1 p.m.-ish tomorrow afternoon. Now let's take a look at your weather on our weather system. Your weather on our weather system. Your wind speed peak is 0. Your average is 0. Your current 0 from southwest. Temperature is 51 degrees. Humidity is 79%. Dew point is 45 degrees. Your forecast is sun/rain, and your pressure is 29.89. Now let's take a look at your next 7-day forecast. And here's a look at your next 7-day forecast. And that does it for your 8 p.m. news and weather. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.